Thanks for the music intro. Hey, today, discussion about traditions, discussion about holidays. I thought it would be kind of cool to do that. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was fun to hear that we have similar ones, but also different ones.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. It's a fun time of year. Full of memory and nostalgia.
yeah, I was full last week, speaking of, but that was all related to food. And I think I'm going to have to watch what I eat moving forward because I ate way too much. We had so many pies, and my daughter made me, last week was my birthday, and my daughter remembered that growing up, my mom would make a yellow cake with chocolate frosting.
Yeah.
So she brought it from Texas and made it for me for my birthday. I'm like, she goes, do you want this? I go, heck yeah, I want that. That'd be awesome.
There's something about yellow cake with chocolate frosting that so many people love.
Because if it's cooked right or baked right, it's that M word that you don't like, but it's really moist. I don't want to say it. It's really good that
Juicy.
way. But juicy. It's really juicy. But it was really good. And then I got from one of my volleyball parents some homemade cookies. Yeah, we had way too much of the good stuff, but you got to eat it.
I made 63 dozen cinnamon rolls.
63 dozen? Yeah. Wait a minute. Where are those? I didn't see a one of the single 63 dozen. 63 dozen. We did have our own at the house, but so today is about traditions. Rachel and I had some fun asking each other questions. If you have any questions you want to shoot at us that you want us to answer, we can definitely put those in our next future podcast. But today's about tradition. So you are listening to the 61st Minute Podcast, a podcast of Community Bible. It's just our way of continuing the conversation. We hope that you will enjoy today's episode, and we'll be with you again next week. See you.
See ya.
Yeah, so when you have Thanksgiving with grown kids, it's a whole different deal because, they're not getting up early. Mm-hmm. Yet the expectation's different. Like they're expecting not cereal, and they're not expecting like waffles. They're like, okay, we'd like the full spread, scrambled eggs, casseroles. We want so they put an order in. I don't know if you did this.
No.
But they put an order in beforehand. But my wife asked, "What do you want for breakfast?" Oh, that's like opening Pandora's box for everything imaginable to eat.
But hold up. You're only supposed to eat one meal on Thanksgiving. Period.
Yeah, but they were here though for a week.
Well,
so
I
we're
know.
feeding them for a week.
Well, and I get that any other day, but Thanksgiving Day, you only eat one meal.
Well, not in our house. It starts with ham and cheese egg casserole along with cinnamon rolls. And then it drops a little bit, Rachel. It drops down to a charcuterie board for like just lunch snacks while the bird is in the oven. And then the feast begins at about 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Typically, I do all of the prep at work. I do all of that. But because of my condition, and by the way, those of you listening, we apologize for not being on the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I hurt myself and my back kind of preventing me from being with my friend Rachel and being a part of your worlds out there and whether we bring you laughter, joy, or tears, or maybe all of them. But usually I do all the cooking on Thanksgiving, and I love it. The day before, all the prep work, the pies, the casseroles, and then I do the bird, and I do a special Gordon Ramsay prep for the bird. I learned it several years ago, and it works really well on the bird. But I just couldn't do it this year. I can only do a little bit while standing, and then I had to, wave the
Delegate.
flag. I had to wave the white flag and say, "I'm tapping out. I'm out. I'm surrendering this." But how was your Thanksgiving, Rachel?
It was good. It was.
What was your favorite part of the meal?
Ooh, I had 2 Friendsgivings and a Thanksgiving. So by Thanksgiving, by the time it got there, I was, and you have your favorites.
Right.
And I love corn casserole. Love it.
We don't do that one.
Oh, it's so good.
But I do like a good corn casserole.
I love green bean in all the form on Thanksgiving, like either a bundle or a casserole. Usually we do green bean casserole because we do green bean bundles throughout the year. And so that's a good one. Andrew does a roasted, like rotisserie turkey.
Oh.
So he has the world's oldest rotisserie spit that it was his grandfather's, and it makes the most awful noise. I mean, it's like, and it's so loud that I make him put it in the garage with the door closed because I cannot hear it. It will drive me up a wall. But man, that thing makes the best turkey. And it's just a bone-in turkey breast, and you inject it with Cajun butter and do all the seasonings on the outside. And it is so juicy because we don't use the M word in my house. It is so juicy that after Thanksgiving, I'm like, can we make another one of those?
Why do I
turkeys?
want to say it so
No,
bad? It's
no,
so funny.
No.
Okay. So, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I, as I mentioned, I found a recipe from Gordon Ramsay years ago. So I take lemon zest, juice of a lemon. I take parsley. I take garlic. And then I take about three sticks of butter that's been in room temperature and mix it all together. And then what I do is I separate the skin from the meat of the turkey and I put all of that inside there.
Yeah.
And then we take bacon and lay it over the top of the bird, put it in a bag because the bag keeps it juicy. I almost said it. And then inside the cavity, we take the lemon that I use and throw that in there with a cut up onion with more garlic. And it just, this year, the bacon really had an impact on the white meat, which means I did that right. So you really could taste the bacon inside the meat. But my favorite part of our Thanksgiving this year, my wife made it, was the sweet potato casserole. And I don't know why, but this year it just...
Are you a sweet potato casserole with marshmallow or sweet potato casserole with brown sugar and pecans?
Pecans. With brown sugar and pecans.
Yes.
We used to be with marshmallows, but that was years ago. But now we've grown up.
Yeah, I think that's the amateur.
Yeah, we've matured now to the brown sugar and the pecans, and absolutely the best part of this year's meal was great. We the great thing about Thanksgiving this year was we wanted to order pies from our favorite pie place in Traverse City, Michigan. It's called Grand Traverse Pie Company. They have unbelievable pies. So cherry crumble, and then caramel apple cinnamon crumble pies. Box shows up, right, 2 days beforehand. Oh, it's awesome. It shows up in the morning. A UPS guy, really nice guy, getting to know in our new neighborhood. 7 hours later, knock on the door, doorbell. Same guy. He goes, "Did you get some pies this morning?" I said, "I did." He goes, "They double ordered you." Come on. He goes, "Sometimes they make a mistake. They're trying to rush orders out, but you got 2. I go, "Well, looks like we got our Christmas pies." But they're so good. They're freaking amazing. And with ice cream and heated up. So now we've got them in our freezer for, So we ended up with a double. That was a nice little thing. Maybe it was a birthday gift.
Maybe.
For you and I.
Yeah,
We're birthday people.
Yeah.
We're a year older.
I know.
We've seen the sun go around one more time.
We both had birthdays while we've been out.
We did. So, hey, today what I thought would be really fun. We are entering, obviously, if you've been to our church, we started the Advent series this week. So Advent season is here. Christmas season is here. The most wonderful time of the year is here. I thought it'd be really cool for this podcast episode number 13, that you and I would throw out at each other randomly questions about what makes this season unique, special, one of a kind, what what do you do? I mean, just whatever random question. We just shoot questions at each other for this time, and you, the listener, can either steal our ideas or we'd love to hear from you if you have your own traditions or any of the answers to any of our questions. We'd love to hear from you. Obviously, we are listener supported, and so it'd be kind of cool. So, first question for Rachel Dahl. Mm-hmm. Is it difficult for you to celebrate Christmas in the same month that you have your birthday? And why or why not?
Not really, because it's at the beginning of the month. Now, I always had like the best fall winter wardrobe and nothing to wear in the summer because I would get all of my stuff in the winter. But my mom kind of combated that growing up, where I would have half birthday parties. And that's when we would celebrate my birthday in June with all my friends. And I have since adopted that because I have a son that was born on December 21st, which is tough.
That's tough.
And so we always try to make it to where like we celebrate his birthday with a birthday cake and doing something fun all day to separate it from Christmas.
Yeah, you almost have to.
Yeah. But then we did a pool party this summer with his friends from school, and that's when he got presents. So it's, it's all at once, but it's kind of fun. Yesterday was my birthday, and coming back from Thanksgiving to work on the day of my birthday, I thought everybody would forget, and they didn't, and it was really nice. And I showed up to work, and they had flowers, and they took me to lunch, and I had cards from a couple people, and then somebody made me a cake because I make everyone in the office a dessert for their birthday, and so it was kind of nice to be thought of.
That's awesome. I my birthday was last week.
Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about that before. 5 days after my birthday, I was still getting happy belated birthdays on Facebook.
Yeah,
which I don't do Facebook. That really the only time I do it is when I post a picture of something. Maybe it's church related, vacation related, and I do it very infrequent. But I always check to see the birthday thing because I know everybody wishes, and I don't want people to think I'm neglecting them. But although the best birthday was a song by you
Thank you.
leaving me a song that was pretty awesome. But I still go on and do that, and I was very appreciative of people remembering my birthday as well because it's easy to just bypass it, especially when you've been around the sun as many times as I have. But I have a best friend though that
59.
No, 58.
58.
Yeah, 58. Don't do that.
Oh, yeah, because you were like, I'm going to stop at 58.
Yeah, again, I turned, my next birthday will be on Thanksgiving in 2 years. Will be 60. So that'll be in 2 years. But I have a best friend whose wife's birthday is on Christmas, and I feel for her.
Yeah,
That's
well,
tough.
so my coworker, Jared, his birthday is on Christmas Day. And he said they would do Christmas in the morning and his birthday at night.
I understand.
And I kind of like that, though.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
But it would be so hard. I remember when I was pregnant with Jack, I was due on the 26th. And I was like,
no.
Get this baby out of me as quick as possible. Because
I'll do a C-section if I have to.
I said, I don't want him on Christmas and I don't want him on New Year's Eve. Because then if I had him on New Year's Eve, every year it's a toss-up. Do I never get to go out with my friends?
Oh, really?
Or do I leave him on his birthday every year? And so I got induced and had him on the 21st.
All right. Your question. You're up.
Okay. What is your favorite Christmas time tradition outside of the house?
What is my favorite Christmas? Going and looking at the lights. When we were in Houston for 11 years, there was a subdivision right down 2 miles from where we lived in our subdivision. It was the HOA rules. You had to decorate.
What?
And there were 3,000 homes in the subdivision. So think about that people would go all out, but it became such a tradition that you go to the grocery store and they have hay rides lined up.
Wow.
Which is inside the grocery store is a Starbucks. We'd go in, we'd get our hot chocolate, we'd get on a ride. It's $5 a person. You get in, you sit on a hay bale, you pull, and so a lot of these cars that are pulling will put speakers and you have Christmas music, and they will drive you a route, which is about an hour long. Some would be by horse, some would be by car, whatever it is, and we would see the lights, and we would always do that. That's
Fun.
something I think we missed last year, and it's just going to be a new tradition. But that's one of mine. What about you? Outside of the home, favorite Christmas tradition?
I like looking at Christmas lights. I like getting a Starbucks peppermint hot chocolate. It's delish.
I can't do peppermint.
That's the only way I can do hot chocolate.
My wife's the same way. She likes that.
I really enjoy going to the Christmas Eve services. Like, usually I'm singing, but like, it's just a great way to start the true meaning of Christmas.
Right.
So those are mine.
Cool. Top 3 must-watch Christmas movies every year. Top 3. And from 3 being the bottom to the top being your number 1.
Do you know that I don't watch the same Christmas movie every year?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm not a nostalgic have to watch Christmas movies person.
Okay.
We will watch a Christmas movie. If I had to pick one, it would be The Santa Claus.
Okay.
Last year we watched Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
But I'm not like a have to watch Christmas movie kind of girl.
Okay.
What about you?
I'll have to qualify a little bit. Number 3.
Die Hard?
No. Number 3 is Santa Claus 1 and 2.
Okay.
Because I have 2 others. Number 2 would be, everybody's going to say Elf, but I'm not an elf. It's okay.
I don't like stupid funny.
Yeah. So I don't always go to that one. But Miracle on 34th Street, black and white version.
Okay.
And the number 1 is White Christmas with Bing Crosby.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I discovered it on our cruise in 2019, our first ever cruise. Was it 19? No. Go back 6 years from that, 2013 or something like that. Our first cruise, it was on. It was a Disney cruise and it was on. And I saw it and I said, I'm going to watch this. Oh, whenever it was on, I had it on. So every year I watch it. But those are my 3. Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. You're up.
Favorite Christmas album?
Johnny Mathis. And I don't know the name of it, but we had it growing up. But when I hear a song from that album, number 2, second close one would be Harry Connick Jr.'s.
Okay.
From 1994. Those are my 2. You?
Michael Bublé.
Good one.
That's a great Christmas album. Growing up, I listened to a lot of Celine Dion Christmas album. So great one.
She always hits her chest when she sings.
Yep.
Mary, did you know?
Kelly Clarkson has a really good Christmas album that has some different ones. And last year, Dan and Shay released a 2-part Christmas album, and it was very good.
Yeah. Dan and Shay's, that was a good one. I like Kelly Clarkson, except her Christmas, she does a lot of yelling in her singing. It's just like over the top. And
Yeah.
I just.
Well, and I'm singing, there's a Christmas performance thing in Van Buren on the 14th of December, same night as our Angel Tree, which kind of stinks, but
On the 14th. Yeah.
it is like a Christmas to the community, and I'm singing her song. Well, it's not really her song. It's The Sound of Music, Favorite Things, which is not really a Christmas song, but the way that it's being done with the orchestra, it is like so good. But man, it is so high. In one part, it's like the face I have to make to hit this note. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a.
See, I would
toughie.
choose that any day. My wife doesn't like those kind of orchestra kind of deals. I love going and watching and hearing and experiencing music and singing like that. But we just don't do it because my wife doesn't like it.
Yeah.
All right. Your first ever Christmas memory that still brings you joy to this day when you think back at it.
Oh, my first ever or my favorite?
It could be your favorite.
So I got engaged on Christmas.
Oh.
Which was a shock, which is surprising because I hate surprises. Hate them. It all stems back to the trauma of my childhood, of my parents not finding out what my second brother was. He was a surprise, gender surprise. And so I wanted a girl really bad. And it ended up being a boy, and I cried. So I didn't like surprises after that. But so
all the trauma.
Yeah. Yeah. So Andrew and I had been dating 7 months, and I knew that I was going to marry him. Did not think he was going to ask me that night. I did see him talking to my dad, and I was like, oh, he's asking if he can ask me to marry him, but didn't think that it would be in an hour.
Right.
And so, yeah, got engaged on Christmas.
Oh, man. We, for me, when my mom and dad were still married, when we were kids, we drove down to downtown Chicago to my dad's side of the family. So we went to my cousin's house, and we celebrated on Christmas. We celebrated Christmas on Christmas Eve with my dad's side. I remember the tree. I remember my grandfather playing Santa. I remember just the food. We had, Polish family, just great food. And then driving home, hiding underneath the blanket because every red light that was on a telephone pole I thought was Rudolph. Mm-hmm. And you need to be asleep. So I didn't want Santa to know that I was awake and I could see Rudolph. And then the next morning, always on the house, we had a tri-level. So the top level could see down to the tree, and seeing the gifts, because they were always wrapped differently. Santa's wrapping was, you always knew what was from Santa. And just walking out and saying, yep, he came. He still came. And
Santa didn't wrap at our house.
I don't know where it was wrapped. So, I mean, I just know that.
No, he didn't wrap. Like, presents from Santa were not wrapped.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. And some, if they were bigger ones, sure.
Yeah.
But the majority of them came in special wrapping, and that was Santa. And then obviously the plate of cookies was always eaten and all that. And then we would go to my mom's side, or they would come to our house, and with my cousins on that side. So always that was a cherished memory, probably because my mom and dad were still married. And it was just the youthful, that untarnished childhood, of what to expect Christmas to be like. And I think that's why I do what we do for our girls and what we continue to do.
So tell me about what your gifting's like for Christmas. Like, were your kids like all Santa gifts, or both Santa and parents?
They were both. A lot of the Santa gifts, I spent all night building. And then there was Santa gifts, but then mom and dad gifts and grandparents gifts and so forth. But there were, I don't remember the number, if it was 4 or 5 from Santa each. But we go all out. So, I mean, even today with 30-year-old kids, it is crazy. It is an all-day experience, and we still give lists. And we don't know what we're going to get off that list. The lists are given by September and October.
Oh, wow.
So they can be added on to, but knowing that the limit is a certain number, we establish every year with a dollar amount, and then you get what you get. And so we sit around, and there's a process to it. But, yeah, the girls got Santa. I think the girls got 3 or 4 Santa gifts. What about you? Were you getting – you had them. They weren't wrapped. That's right.
Only Santa gifts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And only 3. Because if 3 gifts was good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for you.
Okay.
Now,
I'm going to start buying you Christmas gifts now to make up for all that you didn't get.
No, I had a great childhood.
I know.
Great. As a parent now of an only, that kind of goes out the now 3 gifts from Santa. But we he gets other gifts from us.
Yeah.
So, and when you stopped believing in Santa growing up, you got as many gifts as you wanted up to a certain dollar amount.
Yeah.
If you had a little more bougie taste, you got less gifts.
Gotcha.
But we had 5 kids in our family.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Yeah. There was only 2. It was just my brother and I. And then we had 2 with the girls. Okay. Last question. But we'll get on the spiritual side of the question. How do you separate the joy of Santa and Christmas with the joy of baby Jesus and the birth of Jesus and Christmas? How do you personally say, I won't miss this piece because it's fun, but I won't miss this piece because it's my life. It's such an important historical date, even though we know it's not the actual date of it, but what we celebrate is so important to us as Christians.
Yeah.
How do you separate them?
I mean, for us, Jesus was always at the center of everything we did. Like, Santa is fun and exciting, but like we give because we have been given the ultimate gift. And so everything growing up revolved around that. My mom was super intentional. Growing up, we had a birthday party for Jesus where we would gather all the neighborhood kids and we would get presents for either people in our church that were not able to come to church anymore. We would get a list from the church, or people we knew that they didn't have family, and we would go visit them at their home or in the nursing home, and we would carol and we would give them their gift and tell them that we're giving this because Jesus gave us his son. And then we would go back to the church and have a party and have a cake, and it would be all about Jesus. So that was a really cool memory growing up. But everything focused around what was done for us. And so that has been something that I obviously want to continue working in ministry for so long. It's just become our family's pattern of our lifestyle is like we're at church every Sunday because we want to, not because we have to.
Right.
We serve because of what has been given to us. And so I don't know. It's not a hard separation for me.
Yeah.
It's all that other stuff is magic fun, but it's all goes back to Jesus.
Yeah. I think the same in our family. I think there's always the storytelling of Jesus. There's always the reading of Luke 2. There's always the Christmas Eve service, which really, if you think about it, when the moment you are getting dressed to go to Christmas Eve, it is all about Jesus. It's all about that experience. You're not thinking what Santa's bringing. You're able to create a mindset, and we do that with our girls. We've done that with our girls growing up. For me, growing up Catholic, we were going to church no matter what. It could be a blizzard, and we're going because my mom said we're always going to be in church, which was great. But that was the experience. The Christmas at the service was going to be Christmas themed, and it was going to be about the birth of Jesus. So that's always been a part. So I've been able to really navigate, not have to worry about the secular versus the Christian and all of that. And I think you can do both. Some people can, some people can't. And it's just the flavor of people and how they experience and how they grew up. A lot of traditions are passed down that way. But we do so much. I mean, Christmas Carol, I don't listen to anything but Christmas music right now. That's all that's on in my car. I have all preset buttons, all different styles, but a lot of it is Christian themed. So when those are on, I'm doing a devotion right now that's on Christmas songs and the meaning of them and the importance of them. And so, yes, I think we can integrate both. I think you can experience both. And I think one of the greatest symbols that I've seen on a decoration of somebody's house, I've seen a lot of them in Texas, is Santa on his knee with his head bowed before the manger. Because even he is recognizing that the season is about Jesus. And I think that imagery is really cool. And again, for us as a kid growing up, my mom still has it to this day, the same manger set that she got right before I was born. She still has it, and it will be mine one day. But putting baby Jesus in the manger was always a significant piece. So
That was my first purchase, like big purchase when I started at AIC. When I got my first paycheck, and I was like, "Whoa, this is not ministry money."
right.
I bought myself a nativity set that I'd been wanting for years. That was just a little more expensive, and it is beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite thing to put out.
That's awesome.
The first thing at Christmas.
Well, we know many of you listening have your own traditions, and if you run into us at church, we'd love to hear some of your traditions. Some of you text us. We love that when you text us. And hey, shout out to somebody who listened and got me a Christmas candle, and everybody made me a Christmas candle, and everyone in the office loves it, and so do I. So thank you. Big shout out to a homemade candle. Love it. Yeah. And so if you're out there and you're listening, all of you, I like cookies at this time. I'm just kidding. But
also we love to pray with you guys and pray for you guys. So we had a sweet man come up and ask for prayer. I'd love that. Like, it made my day to know that, like, not only did he listen, but like he wanted us to pray for him. That was an honor.
And that is priority number one. We want to be here not just to entertain and inform, but we want to be also to be used by God in great ways. And one of those ways is through prayer and support and encouragement. We want to encourage you. We want to encourage you to have a great season. And we'll be back next week with more of the podcast that we love doing, the 61st Minute. It's a podcast of Community Bible. It's just our way of keeping the conversation going. And we are in the Advent series and season, and it is a great season to be a part of. So hoping that you will have a great holiday season. We will look forward to being with you again next week. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the 61st Minute Podcast by Community Bible. Our goal is to release a podcast every Wednesday, continuing the conversation from our services the previous Sunday morning. If you're looking for a church home, we would love to have you on Sundays at any of our 3 Community Bible campuses. For more information, check out our website at communitychurch.com. That is communitychurch.com. Tune in next week for another episode of the 61st Minute Podcast by Community Bible on platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to your podcasts.